Good day, folks. This is Jonathan Milam here, just a guy that likes trumpets. And I have got a magnificent horn today. This is a Del Quadro custom. Michael Del Quadro, a rising horn maker, I guess we could say. Been a tech, I guess, for years, started making these horns. This, I believe, was the 11th horn that he made. In fact, it says it was the 11th horn he made while he was still located in Wichita, Kansas. I believe he has moved his base of operations to Las Vegas, Nevada. But anyway, his claim to fame, one of the great ones at least, is his use of spun copper bells. And you can see he's got a brass bead on the edge of this, but a large, gorgeous copper bell on this horn. This bell is huge. It is almost 6 inches across, 5 3/4, I believe, right at that. And you know, I play on a bell that's just a shade over 5 inches. When you hold it up next to this one, it looks tiny. Hard to imagine that 3/4 of an inch could make that much difference. And the amazing thing is, this does not eat up mutes. It works extremely well. This is the toughest mute that I have to get to fit into horns. It's a Wallace Studio Practice mute, what I use when I'm on the road all the time. It will not fit comfortably into my Carol brass. I was playing for my family a few days ago and it fell out a couple of times. But in this bell, just perfect. Very good fit. Nice practice mute. And the larger mute, really another great mute is a Humenberg Swish Wah mute. Kind of a play off a harmony mute. The only thing is, it's got such a much longer piece here, you can just do a whole lot more with it. Again, easy fit. So the bell, while extremely good size, is not overly large at its throat. I think one thing, the enlarged area, which is really the flare of the bell, I think one thing that does is gives it a very, just gives it a very unique sound. This is not a thin copper. I've got another copper bell, a Coprion, what is it, a 12B made by Kahn in the late 30s. This is a much thicker bell. The tone is to die for. And even in the high range, I was playing high C just a little bit higher a few days ago. It just doesn't have that piercing, strident sound. It sounds much more like a musical note. Okay, well, enough talk. We'll start off. This, honestly, is going to be a better Flugel sound than many of the Flugels that I've had. And you don't have to wrestle with the intonation. Of course, it's breadth. We'll try with a few other mouthpieces. But this is a Bob Reeves C2J, which is very large. It's got an 11 size drill, I believe it is. Naturally, it's going to give you a big tone, mellow tone. But with this horn, it is Flugel-like. In fact, I wish some Flugels sounded this good. We'll do, these are a few of my favorite things. Isn't that just to die for? Marvelous sound, really a nice sound. Now, I'm still going to use a deep V piece here, one of my old favorites. It's a Trent Austin TF, his light trumpet flugel. Now, the first mouthpiece I used had an 11 size drill, which is quite large. This has about a 23 or 24, I think it is, so much more modest. You'll notice a little more attack to it, but it still yields just a good thing. The only thing is with this mouthpiece, you can still buzz up around high C, and it's not near the challenge that it would be on some trumpet flugels. Same song, these are a few of my favorite things. Just a great sound. Okay, now I'm going to move to what I would consider more of a mainstream mouthpiece. For months I used Reeves 42C, which is comparable to a 3C. This is just a little bit different, a slightly shallower cup. This is a Reeves-Purciance 9A, but it has a slightly enlarged throat. So I think it sounds similar to the Reeves 42C, just again, a little more bite to it. More what I would consider to be a mainstream mouthpiece, like the Reeves 42C. Okay, what do we do? When the Saints Go Marching In. Something with a little bounce to it. Now, a couple of things I wanted to mention as well. When I got this horn in, when Mr. Del Quadro began making trumpets, he used the body of an ambassador horn, and then he affixed to it his bell. And I remember thinking, you know, I've never had valves redone by a professional. I do need them on some of my vintage horns, but I'm a cheapskate. I just keep cleaning and applying the Hetman or whatever. But these valves are as good a valves action as I have ever seen. The compression on the horn is good, but the valve action is tremendous. Got a little bounce, which I really like, very fast. And I just think it's noteworthy. Really a well put together horn. In fact, I found myself overblowing it because the bell is so large. I just kept subconsciously thinking it's going to take more air. And really, if I back off on this horn, it is so efficient. And the lip trills are so easy. I don't know if that's because I'm able to back off a little bit or just because it's balanced so well. But really a delight to play. And we'll fiddle around just a little bit more before we go to a lead piece with When the Saints Go Marching In. Try and show you what I mean by the lip trills. Just really easy. If you want to just, and of course when you start doing it with your tongue, it's a little faster, but even the slow trills are so easy. And the thing that really did surprise me, range on this horn is just incredibly easy. It's well balanced. Of course, you know it just purrs in the low range, but it handles the high notes very, very well. again, a great horn, just listed as a Del Quadro custom. Very nice, huge bell, heavy copper, and really a well-balanced horn. Kudos to Mr. Del Quadro for putting out such an excellent instrument. Hope you've enjoyed this today, folks. Have a great day and do take care.